Day by day!
Day by day!
We get stronger and stronger!
We get stronger and stronger!
Till we can't be beat!
Till we can't be beat!
Till we won't be beat!
Till we won't be beat!
We know the road!
We know the road!
It's gonna be tough!
It's gonna be tough!
So when we win! It won't be by luck!
It won't be by luck!
Amen, guys! Let's go! 1, 2, 3, Cougars!
Your TV's continuing coverage of Chatham-Kent Cougars football back on this Father's Day 2018. The Peewee's at it this afternoon at the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex. Mike Rennie along with Mike James to my left. And Michael, a beautiful day for football, little on the warm side.
A little bit. We understand a high of about 97 today, if I'm not mistaken.
Or 36 Celsius if you're in this country.
Yeah, 36. Well, we've got a broad range of listeners from what I understand, so I want to cover all the demographics.
You're fine to do that. Kicking off are the Cougars. They will receive the start of the second half. Nice return here for Oakville. Past midfield and past the 50 of the Cougars. So a nice return for the Oakville Titans, and that is Justin Ledrew with the nice run up the middle of the field and good field position for Oakville to start this one off.
Yeah, good tackle there by Oliver Shepard. Possibly saving something even more dangerous. And just getting back to those Celsius and Fahrenheit discussion, the conversion is for me because I come from that old school of the 97. I fully understand what that means.
Well, you and I both grew up here with a lot of Detroit influence, so I understand that. Yes.
Yeah. So no disrespect meant.
It's just what we do.
That's correct.
Good old-fashioned, good-natured stuff here. In Cougar territory, now we are getting running time here today. It's a very hot and muggy, as you mentioned, Michael. Very hot and muggy day, so we're going to keep things moving today. So not a lot of time stoppages in this one, as the Titans will keep it on the ground right up the middle. Good yardage on 1st and 10, past the 45-yard line to the 44, and they get roughly 5 on the ground there.
Look like it's Brendan Silva, number 22 for Oakville, with that run. Looks to have some pretty good size. Good gain on 1st down for that Oakville squad.
Cougars Peewee squad 1 and 2 coming into this one. They've won a game here on home field. They want to get back to the 500 mark in this 6-game regular season before the Peewee Day of Champs in July. Love to even things up here with a win on home field this afternoon. As they shovel it off to that far side, they'll keep it on the ground, missing one tackle, trying to find an avenue along that far side. Another missed tackle for Oakville, still on his feet past the 40-yard line, and that might be enough for the 1st down. Another good run there for the Titans to, let's see if they move the chains. Maybe they're going to be a yard short, actually.
Well, that's going to be a close spot, but nice run there from number 23 that time, Shane Keys. Great spin move there. Actually shed a tackle. He was wrapped up and hit the B button and just tossed him and picked up another couple yards.
And now they do mark it as a 1st down, so he got the necessary yards. Not by much, but enough to move the chains to the Cougars 39. A nice opening drive so far here for the Oakville Titans. Peewee matchup here this afternoon in Chatham-Kent. Again, they'll keep it on the ground right up the middle and getting a decent 1st and 10 yardage amount there once again on the ground. Looked like that was the carry to Diego Rosas-Zamora, number 24 for the Titans. So again, methodically, they moved that football on the ground so far.
I think we're getting a good sense of where Oakville thinks their strength is right off the hop here. The first, 4 plays right up the middle. So I'm thinking they're pretty happy with the interior of their offensive line, and they're just they like to pound the ball.
Second and about 3 to go here for the Titans. Once again, they do what they've done all game so far, right up the middle, but not a lot on that carry that time. Looks like they got maybe a yard and a half, so they're pretty close to the 1st down, but still about 3rd and 1. Looks like they'll have about a yard to go here for the Titans.
And you got to imagine this is probably 2-down territory. I don't really see a punting situation where you are on the field here.
Ball right to the 30-yard line of the Cougars. after a good opening return on the kick for Oakville. They've been in Cougar territory pretty much throughout on this drive as they throw it back to the running back along the near side, trying to turn around the corner. Gets around one tackle, gets around another one. He could be away to the races, to the end zone. Touchdown, Oakville, with Shane Keys, the major score. It's 6-0 for Oakville.
Boy, Keys showing some good speed there to get the edge. Looked like he was going to be contained, but just had a little more burst to get around the corner and then ran away from everyone. Nice run there from Keys, and Oakville scores on their first possession of this football game.
They keep the ball on the ground exclusively on this opening drive, and it leads to a major score. So 6-0 for the Oakville Titans as they go to add to that lead. As you see the running clock continuing on this very hot and muggy afternoon, so they want to keep things moving as best they can this afternoon, this Father's Day 2018, as they line up to get one more after the Keys touchdown. Pretty good snap, and it is up, and it is through. So it's a 7-0 lead for the Oakville Titans over the Cougars. They get the football now for the first time. About a 4.5-minute possession time in the opening drive there for Oakville. So a nice move down the field for the visitors.
Yeah, certainly you don't draw it up much better than that if you're Oakville. You hop on the bus for a little under 3 hours. Mm-hmm. You hit the field, and you get your first possession. You drive it down the field, and you score.
Good start to their trip down here. So now the Cougars will try to respond in kind as the breeze kind of picks up a little bit here across the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex. And a 7-0 lead for the Titans. Again, Shane Keys rumbling down the left side of the field into the end zone. And I'm sure you'll see some much-needed breaks as much as possible here with this heat and humidity just pounding down on the field. We have a little bit of a breeze up here in the booth, but from what I've heard, that breeze kind of diminishes when you get right down to the middle of the field.
Yeah, and you're exposed to the sun at least. We do have some coverage here in the booth and shade as opposed to being out there on the field, and then you throw on the equipment and the exercise on top of that, and it's cooking.
And like in the first drive of the game for Oakville, the Cougars will also have pretty good opening possession here on their first offensive drive of the game, as they are pretty close to midfield. So the Cougars trying to respond to that major score from Oakville, down 7-0. Ball at the Cougars close to the 54-yard line. And they will also keep it on the ground, missing one tackle. Nice move around the near side. Good run on 1st and 10, past the 40-yard line, and a flag comes out. That's a nice run by Shepard. And a flag comes out. Michael, we'll see how this one shakes down.
Yeah, fantastic run from Shepard there, and I think that's going to be a horse collar. You can tack on yardage at the end of that run.
.6:40 to go in this opening quarter. Shepard with a good run. And
they picked that flag up.
Yeah. So it will remain at the 40-yard line of Oakville. And the momentum stays with the Cougars after that Shepard run. 1st and 10. And a good start to the Cougars trying to get some points back after that opening touchdown for Oakville. Out of the shotgun formation, back to pass along that far side. First pass of the football game sails over the head and off the fingertips of the receiver, so it falls on the turf, and it's 2nd and 10 now for Chatham-Kent.
Yeah, Sawyer Armitt's throw there just a little high and outside, if you will. A little bob.
Just a bit high.
Yeah. A little bit high and outside.
So 2nd and 10 coming up now for Emmett, the offense of the Cougars. 40-yard line. The Oakville Titans, 1-2 Cougars in the Peewee, trying to get back to 500. Now rolling off to his left, and a little bit of trouble here is Emmett trying to get away from danger. He gets away from another would-be tackler. Nice little run here for Emmett along the far sideline, and he turns a fairly substantial loss into a pretty nice gain. All things considered, he picks up close to 5, maybe 4 yards in that run, but a good job by the QB to somehow get out of danger.
Well, you got to love the heads-up play there. He wanted to throw it to his back out of the backfield. He saw that the coverage was there. Instead of trying to force the ball, he just tucked it, eluded the defense, and picked up some positive yards. So nice heads-up play there from Sawyer Emmett.
So third down now for the Cougars, about 6 to go from the 30, close to the 35-yard line of Oakville. Under 5 to go in the opening quarter. Very high snap. Emmett brings it down, but that is a broken play right from that high snap. And nowhere for Shepard to go as he gets dropped back at around the 45, maybe the 44-yard line. So a big loss on third down. That's going to bring out fourth and very, very long for the Cougars. And that high snap was pretty much to blame on that play.
Yeah, kind of throws your timing off. And then as soon as by the time Shepard got the ball in his hands, he was ready to be swallowed by the defense and puts the Cougars in a tough position here now. Fourth and very long. And it looks like they're going to line up to go for it here.
Try and get as much yardage as they can. Ideally, trying to get all the yards to move the chains, but on fourth and very long, they go to the air. It's up, and it is. It's off the fingertips. Thought he might have held that in there, but Caleb Roberts did a great job. Good effort. Just couldn't hang on. And an incomplete pass turns it over back to Oakville around the 45-yard line.
Well, good athletic attempt there from Roberts. Had the size advantage over the defensive back. Went up over top of the DB, but just couldn't hold on to it. Couldn't come down with that football, and Cougars unfortunately turned that ball over on down. So second chance for the Cougars defense to hit the field and try and keep the Titans at bay.
So the Cougars unable to answer the drive of Oakville on their first possession of the game, so it remains a 7-0 lead for the visitors from Oakville. And we're down to 3:24 to go in this first quarter.
While the Oakville Titans take the field, a chance to welcome some new sponsors. I think it's fair to say that all of our crafty sponsor mentioning has paid off.
I would think so. I would think just our dulcet tones should do something there. But we want to welcome a great place to be. I love Baja Cafe. Great place to get a cup of joe.
Yeah. Or if you want to buy some pods for your Keurig, whatever it may be,
yes,
take them home.
Yep.
Fine selection there.
Baja Cafe, corner of Kyle and Riverview in Chatham. We thank Baja Cafe for supporting Chatham-Kent Cougar football. As the Titans of Oakville taking over on downs at their own 34-yard line, they go back to work on offense. They fake the handoff up the middle, a pass, and it is caught near midfield. A flag comes out, but nice concentration and hauled in. I think William Stowards was the receiver of that one. And we'll see what the flag says here.
I'm wondering if the area of that one might be a hold call.
I think they...
No, they're picking up the flag. Wow, we've seen that twice already early in this football game. That's fairly rare that you see that. So, good job by the officials. One official thought maybe they saw something. Another, clarify. Nothing I like more when the officials actually work together to get the call right.
Up to midfield, 1st and 10 here for Oakville, and they blow this one down right away.
And I can tell you right now, they're not going to pick this one up.
No. Some movement on the line, and this will back it up 5 yards for Oakville on the procedure.
Speaking of picking up, if you want to get a pizza pie.
This is what I miss when we're not doing games. Your segues, they're fantastic.
If you want to pick up a little pie, Original 2 Pizza is proud sponsor of the Chatham-Kent Cougars. Pick up, delivery, whatever you like.
Pizzas, onion rings, great stuff at Original 2 Pizzas, St. Clair Street in Chatham. 355-0050. Penalty backs this up 5 yards for Oakville. 2nd and 15 now from their own 50-yard line, and about 1:05 to go in this opening quarter. This time they hand it on the ground. They'll keep it on the running game along this near side. They'll get to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a yard further in the pickup of 5.5. And that one, Shane Keys, who's got the touchdown in this football game.
Nice job there by Cohen Gillette. Come up and make that tackle on the edge. Good pursuit from the defense. Short gain. You'd like to see the Cougars D stiffen up a little bit here after the Oakville Titans scored on that opening drive. You'd like to limit Oakville's possession here and get the ball back to your offense.
Just barely in Cougar territory. 2nd down for Oakville. They'll shovel it off to that far side. Keys with the assignment once again, trying to find that hole. Cougars trying to fill it up quickly, but still on his feet is Keys. He is brought down short of the first down, but another healthy pickup for Keys and the Oakville Titans. So a couple of good runs after they were faced with a 1st and 15.
Well, you know what? And it was pretty good defense there by the Cougars, but Keys, showing that good running ability, split 2 defenders and was able to pick up about 3 or 4 yards. So there's certainly some skilled runners over on the Oakville Titans squad that we've seen so far. If I'm not mistaken, I don't believe they've put the ball in the air yet. Oh,
nope.
One time. I apologize. The one completion in the middle of the field.
And that will conclude the first quarter. So the teams will switch sides on this breezy yet very hot and humid Sunday and Father's Day here at the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex. So the start of the second quarter with Oakville up 7-0, Michael.
Yeah, and happy Father's Day. You mentioned it, Father's Day.
And
happy Father's Day to all the dads out there.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly one of the most rewarding titles in life, I think.
It is, and it kind of chokes you up a little bit when the kids make you a homemade present and give it to you on Father's Day morning. It's very, very nice. So.
My kids actually made me this shirt.
That's very good. They got the materials together. Yeah. Mine got me a popsicle stick, man. So
that was nice.
I think it's pretty even.
Nice. And you got to respect the contribution of having to eat the popsicle, as torturous as that is, having to eat the popsicle to get to the stick.
Right. Yeah.
That
has to seem like a lifetime.
That's a labor of love. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right there. That's got love written all over it.
Kids don't like popsicles,
no,
I'll tell you that much.
They hate popsicles, freezies. That's not good stuff either. Anything with sugar in it, it's tough.
Awaiting the start of the second quarter, a 7-0 lead here for the Oakville Titans. And a touchdown run midway through that quarter. Shane Keys with the major score.
Well, speaking of keys, musical strings and things. Proud new sponsor with the Chatham-Kent Cougars.
You're stretching really early in this football game.
You think that's a stretch? Musical keys?
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I actually had physical keys in my mind, so that's.
Oh, I
well
see.
done. Piano keys. All right. No, I see. That was well done. That was not a stretch. That was
okay.
Well done. Musical strings and things. 354-0111. MusicalStringsandThings.com as well. As we're almost ready to go here, an important third down coming up, and a big play here for the D for the Cougars as well. And maybe another timeout is being called here. Maybe for a nice...
Well, they did just have a bit of a break there on the flip of the field, so I think the coaching staff for Oakville just looking to iron out their next set of plays on this drive for the Titans.
7-0 lead for the Oakville Titans. Cougars trying to even up their record this season at 2-2. They can do that if they have a win on home turf this afternoon. Trying to ensure a 500 mark after the 4 weeks after today.
That's right.
And speaking of insurance,
no,
Michael,
I wasn't going to go there,
all right.
Mike.
Well,
no.
I was going to
I know
serve that up on a silver platter.
No, I know you were, but
Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance at kemutual.com. Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance. Another wonderful sponsor of the Chatham-Kent Cougars. Glad to have you with us. Whatever you're doing with your TV, back to it on this second quarter. A little bit of a botched handoff there for the Oakville Titans. And the Cougars defense able to get there in time to swarm the running back Shane Keys. Keys doing the best he could there. Looked like a little missed time on that handoff. And that gave the Cougars D just enough time to hone in on the running back and take him down for a loss.
Yeah, it looked like there was some confusion there, Mike. You're right. I'm not sure if the running back was expecting the quarterback to keep the ball there or what the case was, but there was a little bit of hesitation on both players' parts before the running back eventually did take it, but looked like it was Reed Larson, the first one to get to the running back, and then the rest of the defense came along to help him bring up this big fourth down.
So one more big play here for the D for Chatham-Kent as Oakville goes back to pass up the middle, and a nice swat down by the Cougars. A great job there by Carter Dodman, 47, right in the middle of the field. He gets his mid up and slaps it down. So now the Cougars will take over on downs.
Oh, you're right. It was a great job by Dodman. The receiver was there and open. Well, it looked like for a moment anyway, but Dodman with the big left hand knocking that out of the air and gets the Cougars the football. So good job there by the defense for Chatham-Kent. Get the ball back to the offense and keep this a 7-0 Oakville Titans lead.
That's exactly what the D needed for the Cougars, is a nice stop to take it over. And again, very good field position at their own 50-yard line. Trying to get some points back now. First and 10, another high snap brought down. The handoff to the running back has to head his steam up the middle. Still on his feet, and it looks like that might be, it's awfully close to first down yardage. And a big run by Riley Camart. He gets mighty close to 10 yards. We'll maybe see a measure. We'll have to see. That looks awfully close.
And they are signaling, yeah, they're signaling first down there on the field, although, like you said, it looks pretty close, but they're saying first down, and then at the end there, it's funny, I almost thought like he lost the football the way the reaction was on the ground, but if that was the case, the Cougars recovered it.
So the chains are moved. First down for the Cougars. Nice run by Camart up the gut. And onto the shotgun, another high snap, and again, another run right up the middle. This will be a shorter pickup, if any pickup at all. It's Shepard on the assignment that time. And I don't know if we got much of anything that time around.
Yeah, not a lot of running room there. That defensive line for Oakville swallowing up number 5. And Titans have some good size up front there. What you see on the offensive line is a lot of what you see on the defensive line here. The players going both ways.
8:45 to go in this first half. Running time in this football game. And now quarterback keeps it, and he goes along that far side. Lots of room to move along the inside of that far sideline, and finally wrapped up was Sawyer Emmett. But a nice run by the QB of the Cougars. And that will get the football to around the 40-yard line of Oakville, and only, I'd say, maybe half a yard shy of the first down.
Boy, Sawyer Emmett's got some speed. You lose him in the traffic, and then when you pick him back up again, he's bursted about 5 to 7 yards on that far side of the field. Number 8's got some wheels. They faked the toss to Shepard, and Emmett kept it, and it was a nice design. Picked up some good yardage and brings up that 3rd and short.
Good athlete. Emmett keeps it, and a big pickup, and now about half a yard to go to get another first down. Very high snap, but it's brought down. Quarterback rolls off to his left. He goes to the air on 3rd and short, and it goes through a couple of sets of arms. Shepard nor McCracken could haul that one in along the near side. And a surprising play call there on 3rd and very short. Doesn't work out, so this is going to be 4th and about a half a yard.
Yeah, you'd think the Cougars hoping to maybe catch that Titans defense off guard with the 3rd and short, go to the air, but pretty good coverage there from Oakville. A couple of receivers in the same area there for the Cougars as well.
So 4th down here for Chatham-Kent. Trying to move the football along. They'll keep it on the ground, and good defense by Oakville. Nowhere for the running back to go. And that will give the football back to Oakville. Turnover on downs as the D-line for the Titans were right there. They knew what was coming. They stopped the Cougars.
Riley Cammert with the carry, big number 83. But as you mentioned, Oakville, great job on defense. They stacked the line and don't allow Cammert to get any yardage. Might have even lost a little bit there, and Oakville takes over on downs.
I think this is the collectively third turnover on downs in this early football game. Chatham-Kent unable to convert on third and fourth and very short. And now Oakville will take over their own 41-yard line. 7-0 lead for the Oakville Titans. First quarter touchdown on the ground for Shane Keys. All the scoring we've had so far. And generally, the defense for both sides having a pretty good first half.
Yeah, aside from that one score for Oakville on their very first possession, it's been a defensive tug-of-war here up and down the field here at the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex.
Clock back going again, under 7 to go in the second quarter. 7-0 for Oakville. Oakville keeps it on the ground on 1st and 10. Little juke around the near side, and Cougars defense finally able to catch up to Shane Keys. He's not an easy fella to bring down, but the timing works out for the Cougars defense and drops Keys back 1 yard. So 2nd and 11 coming up.
Yeah, good defense there from the Cougars. They get some penetration, able to slow up Keys' momentum, and then the rest of the defense rallies to the spot and takes him down for a 1 yard loss. Good start here for the Cougars defense on this, I believe, third possession for Oakville, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so. Our statistician department working on it. Yep, third of the afternoon. Last one, a big stop for the Cougars on defense, trying to do it again on the ground for the Oakville Titans. Nice run on 2nd and 11, getting about maybe 8 on that run. And Keys makes up for his 1 yard drop on that previous play, getting up to close to the 50-yard line.
Yeah, nice job there from Oakville. They like to sled it up the middle, get those tough yards right through the middle of that Cougars defense. And we're just about under 5 to go here in this one-score game. If the Cougars defense can hold, you'd like to get the football back to your offense with a chance to tie it up before half.
Another big play for both sides of the football here. 3rd down and 4 for Oakville, close to the 50-yard line, and up the middle trying to move everybody, and it looks like it's going to be enough to move the chains too for Oakville. Nice run right up the gut. I think the quarterback might have kept that one. And let's see where they mark this now.
I think you're right there, Mike, and that looks like it's enough for a first down. It is.
Yeah.
And it was a quarterback keeper. Boy, that was a nice job by the Titans. Just snap it and then push the pile backwards.
So 1st and 10 again coming up for the Oakville Titans, getting close to midfield. They're at their own 51. Actually, the 52-yard line is where the football is. 4 minutes to go in quarter number 2. This time they will keep it on the ground once again, charge towards midfield right at that marker, so a 4-yard pickup. And 2nd and 6 coming up now for Oakville.
Well, the Titans just continue that tough sledding in the middle of that Cougars defense. One of the things as a player you got to be careful of is, they start to hammer the middle of the defense, so your natural instinct is to get sucked in a little bit more, and then next thing you know, they try to pitch it outside and get you on the edges. So you just got to fight that urge to kind of sneak in a little bit closer to the middle of the defense if you're one of the outside defenders, and stay true to your gap.
QB has kept the last 2 plays himself. And now it's shoveled off to that far side of the running back, trying to turn the corner, and a flag comes flying out right at midfield, and a huge gain. He's still on his feet all the way down that far sideline. We'll see what this flag says, but at the time, it is a touchdown for Shane Keys, his second of the afternoon. But you kind of have to be suspicious of this, and you're not seeing a lot of celebration for Oakville either.
No, the flag came in right where he turned the corner there. You got to figure this is probably a hold and coming back. But that's exactly what you got to worry about. You keep getting pounded right up the middle over and over again, and then they throw in that toss to the outside and kind of caught off guard. And Keys has the speed, obviously, to get the edge. We've seen that. But it is a hold against the Titans, so that's a costly penalty against Oakville.
So the second major for Keys wiped out with that hold. And this will bring the football back to the 45-yard line of the Oakville Titans. So a very costly hold penalty there. This will set up second and about 15 to go. Now under 3 minutes to go in the first half. That will be the 3-minute warning. And a 7-0 Oakville lead at the moment. Another shovel, and that's a dangerous one, picked up by the running back. He's trying to get out of trouble the best he can. Still on his feet as he gets around a couple of would-be tackler. And along that far side, still on his feet. He gets around 3 would-be tacklers. Now a huge gain. 2 flags do come out now. Now 3 flags are on the field before he's finally forced out around the Cougars' 40-yard line. But man, what a impressive bit of running there for Shane Keys. Nobody with the green and white can bring him down.
Boy, Keys is very elusive, isn't he? He's tough. He shed a couple tacklers. I believe this one's going to come back on a illegal block in the back. Now, I don't believe he had the first down yet. The spot foul, I think it was short of the first down.
So back-to-back very impressive runs by Keys, negated by flags. First one, the offensive holding. And
they're going to say, yeah, they're going to say the foul came after he had already reached the first down.
Block in the back call does go against Oakville. The penalty did occur after they had achieved the first
So block in the back is the call. First down is applicable here for Oakville. So the ball right at midfield. So kind of a good news, bad news situation there for Chatham-Kent.
And this Cougars defense has been on the field a little while here, and we mentioned the heat at the outset. Can certainly take its toll.
First and 10 for Oakville, up 7-0 right at midfield. And a little fake to the running back. Quarterback keeps it, rolls off to his right. And to the 50-yard line, still on his feet, close to the 45. Just shy of the first down, at least an 8-yard pickup by Rosas Zamora. And he was able to get very good yardage there on first and 10. Looks like this is going to be a 9-yard pickup for the running back, and second and very short coming up now for Oakville.
Nice job there by Tanner Protherian of the Cougars. Pursuit from behind, tracking him down, making that tackle. Just over 2 minutes to go here in the first half. The Titans up 7-0.
So now the Cougars D will have to step up just a little bit here if they want to maintain this 7-point deficit and have another shot to get a little closer before halftime. Up the middle, another big run here for Oakville. This time, Chibaji with the assignment on the ground, and that will be more than enough to move the chains once again. So another first down here, number of first downs gained in this football game by Oakville.
Yeah, they just continue to pound the rock and punish that Cougars defense, and now we've got a timeout on the field, I believe, for some water here.
So on this timeout, again, it's 7-0 for the Oakville Titans over the Cougars. Under 2 to go in the first half. after the timeout. Another running play here for the visitors. Oakville Titans up 7-0. And a couple of yards on the ground. 90 seconds to go in this first half. And you just mentioned before the timeout, Michael, that the D for the Cougars has been out in the heat and humidity a long time in this football game.
Yeah, you're seeing some hands on the hips there, and they've done a pretty good job, but after a while it really wears on you. The way that Oakville has run this ball, most of those runs coming between the tackles, and they're just pounding on the Cougars defense right up the gut.
Clock remains running, 1:10 to go until halftime, 7-0. Oakville looking for more. And now a fake handoff to the running back. Quarterback will keep it, trying to find some room along the right side. And this will be first down and more, close to the 20-yard line. And a nice run there for the Oakville Titans. And again, Diego Rosa Zamora with the assignment, and he's had a good first half on the ground.
Yeah, he's definitely mixed it up. They've thrown in that fake handoff, quarterback keeper a couple times, and they've gotten some good yardage off of it. Good job there by Tanner Protherian and Tesman Haddon with the pursuit to make that tackle, but not before the Oakville Titans get the first down. And we're under a minute now left in this first half. The Titans driving, already up 7-0.
Looks like it's about the 23-yard line of the Cougars. That's where Oakville has it on this 1st and 10. Clock going, 35 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Another fake handoff to the running back. They go to the air along the middle, and in that general vicinity was Haddon. And he wasn't too far off from getting his hands on maybe an INT.
No, Haddon right in that area. Would have been a really tough snag. But it would, I think it'd be a big moral victory here for the Cougars if they could keep the Titans off the board before the end of this first half.
It would be a lift going into the locker room if they're able to do that. 30 seconds remaining. Clock stopped briefly. Second down here for Oakville. Once again, and now a broken play there. Quarterback looked to shovel it off to the running back. He held on to it, and then he was taken right down a little bit behind the line of scrimmage, I do believe. So nice job by the Cougar D to be right on it there.
Big shot there by Carson Burney, big number 33. Nice defense. And third and long here with just 27 seconds to play.
So another couple big plays here for the Cougars defense to, for them, hopefully keep the Titans further off the board and get some momentum going into halftime. Third down for Oakville. This time they do keep it on the ground and right at the line of scrimmage, almost wiggling free, but unable to do that. Brought down by the Cougars. Chorbaji with the assignment that time around. So this will bring up fourth and a fair deal of yards here for Oakville. So far, after that timeout, this Cougars defense doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, very good job there by the D. Big play. Brings up the big fourth down. Looks like the Titans have called timeout. Coaching staff coming onto the field want to make sure they get this play right.
Especially with the time left.
Yeah, just 6 seconds left in the first half. And the Titans threatening here in Oakville, in Cougars territory.
The Cougars D having a conversation about what to expect here as well. A 7-0 lead for Oakville. Again, a first quarter touchdown run. And a pretty good run it was, too, by Shane Keys. He's got the only points on the board. In an otherwise pretty good defensive battle here between the two clubs. Peewee action with the Chatham-Kent Cougars. 1-2 record coming into this football game. In what could be the final play of the first half.
Can hear the Cougars bench trying to give that defense a lift with the defense chant.
D what?
defense.
Oh, right.
That's correct.
Fourth down here for Oakville. Here it is, 6 seconds to go in the half, and they elect to hand it off to the running back, and he eludes one tackle, trying to turn that corner along that far side, and he is taken out of bounds, unable to get to the big house with Shane Keys, but when you hand it off to him, you just never know. But with the Cougars defense, they come up big, and they do prevent any further points for Oakville, so we head to the half, a 7-0 Oakville lead.
Well, that's a big play. I don't think you can underestimate that. The Cougars defense bend but don't break there on that final drive, and Chatham-Kent trailing just 7-0 on that opening score from Oakville. Otherwise, defensive battle back and forth. Got an entertaining second half coming up.
So we're at the half here. Peewee action on this very warm afternoon at the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex. 7-0 the lead for the Oakville Titans over the Chatham-Kent Cougars. Back with second half action momentarily on your TV. Underway in the second half of this close football game here in Chatham-Kent. And a little short kick right at midfield. Cougars do receive the football and hang on to the football, so they will again have some pretty good field position to start off this drive in the second half. They've had some good field position. It just hasn't translated any points yet, Mike.
No, and good heads-up play there by the Cougars. The Titans with a little trickery there to open the second half with that onside kick attempt, but the Cougars recover, and as you mentioned, Mike, the benefits to the Cougars is great field position here, midfield.
7-0 lead for the Oakville Titans. They scored midway through the first quarter, and a good defensive battle since. High snap for the Cougars, brought down, and nowhere to go as Emmett's brought down. A fair loss here. He was looking to go to the air, but a good job by the front line of the Titans. And that's a loss of close to 6 yards for Chatham-Kent.
Boy, that's a great job by Emmett not putting that ball in the air, because he got absolutely swallowed by big number 79, Christopher Haslip. Just engulfed him, taking him to the football field.
So now the hill gets steeper for the Cougars offense to begin this second half. They hand it off to the running back, and again, swallowed up very quickly was Oliver Shepard, and further dropping that football back as he was at a loss of about 3, maybe 4 yards. And this is back to about the 47-yard line of Chatham-Kent. So this started at midfield. Actually, this started just barely into Oakville territory. And it has not been a good opening drive here for Chatham-Kent. But on the other side of things, it's really just good D on behalf of Oakville.
Yeah, that Titans defense has come out fired up here in the first 2 plays of the second half. Absolutely stymieing the Cougars offense, sending them backwards on both plays. And you remember, the Titans defense has had a fair bit of rest in this football game so far, and I think that's showing up right here.
Third and a very long way to go here for the Cougars. And again, their third consecutive loss on the play. Nowhere to go for Sawyer Emmett. He keeps the football and about 3 players on D for Oakville there to stop him. So fourth and an area code to come here for the Chatham-Kent Cougars. They're pinned back to their own 42-yard line, it appears, 43-yard line.
It's about a 3rd and 22 here, looks like. Not too many plays drawn up for that, especially at the Peewee level. I wonder if the Cougars might elect to punt this ball away. It would be our first punt. Now we've got a timeout by the Cougars.
So the Cougars win the toss before this football game, electing to receive it in the third quarter. And it looks like it's not going to work out here, at least to start this third quarter for Chatham-Kent, down 7-0 to the visitors from Oakville. Back after the timeout, 4th and very, very long for the Cougars, down 7-0, 3 minutes into this third quarter.
Cougars look like they are lined up, I believe, to punt this one away.
Now some more conversation going on here.
Oh, maybe not.
Oh, and
Oh, boy.
things just going from bad to worse on this drive offensively for the Cougars. As the snap didn't work out, and Larson wasn't able to hang on to that football. And with every single play, the Cougars dropped some fairly significant yardage. And so now you're turning the football over in more than excellent position here for Oakville.
Yeah, that's a shame. Larson unable to hold on to that snap as he was getting set to punt that ball away. And on the flip side, the Titans defense just absolutely gift-wrapping some beautiful field position here for their offense inside the Cougars' 40-yard line on their first possession of this second half. And,
So ever since giving up, ever since giving up the major score, the Cougars D has come up quite well. They've played very well the last couple of quarters, so they need to keep doing that now if they want to keep this a 7-point deficit.
we've got a timeout now on the football field being called by Oakville.
That way of thinking, that's good. That's good.
Thank God I don't pay you.
After another timeout, Oakville with the football in very good field position. 1st and 10 for the Titans. They hand it off to the running back trying to find a seam along that far side. A flag comes out, and still on his feet finally. Losing some footing and going down to Shane Keys. And this flag might very well be going against the Cougars.
That's a shame, too, because that was some good defense on the outside there. There was a blocker out in front for Keys. The defender did a great job bouncing inside, then outside to contain Keys, but the official on that far side saying he got a hold of the face mask, I believe. And that's why you saw the flag come down. We're just going to wait on the call here on our side, but I believe it was a face mask. Oh,
Lost
wow,
it down,
okay.
So this is a big swing in the other direction.
It was a face mask against the ball carrier, Keys. Again, I didn't catch it there. That was a pretty bang play, but regardless, the Cougars getting some of that yardage back that they gave up on their offensive possession. Now apparently it's Oakville's turn.
So that's a big swing of momentum back the other way now. So back to midfield the ball goes for Oakville. Once again, up the middle, it's Keys. He gets through the middle rush, around the near side, cuts around the 40-yard line, still on his feet. This is first down and a lot more. So that face mask against Oakville, no matter for the offense. Shane Keys of the Titans, a first down run. That was a giant run there for number 23.
Boy, Keys just runs it into the middle pile and then bounces it outside smartly and evades a tackler and shows some of that speed down the sideline before eventually being brought down by a couple of Cougar defenders. But boy, oh boy, did he make up some ground. Brings up just a 3rd and short now.
It's a bit of a gut punch there for the D of the Cougars, really the whole team, thinking maybe you'd get the ball back fairly quickly and in okay field position, but now it's a lot more ominous than that with the Titans still with the football. Still a little bit of yardage to go here as they keep it on the ground up the middle. Good job by the Cougars D that time, however. Nowhere to go for the running back. And short of the first down. So this does bring up a 4th down here for the Oakville Titans. They have about a 4th and 1 situation coming up here. So not all is lost here as the Cougars still have a chance to stop Oakville.
Yeah, good job there by Carson Burney and the rest of that front of the Cougars defense. Now you got to watch, again, the Titans have just hammered the Cougars right up the middle a couple times with that quarterback keeper.
And now quarterback keeps the football, trying to move the pile, and the Cougars bring him down. And from this angle, looked like it is short. Let's see. It's going to be mighty close here.
Boy, it's funny, too, because the quarterback there, Diego Rosas Zamora, looked like he was going to get it easily, and then his momentum, it almost just seemed like he kind of slowed down on his own and then allowed one of the Cougars defenders to drag him down.
So this is a huge measure here. And that's enough, just enough to move the chains as the Cougar fandom here kind of a little exasperated that they didn't catch a break on that one. So it's going to move the chains here for Oakville, but that was mighty, mighty close.
Good attempt there by the D, but now you've really got to suck it up. Fresh set of downs here for Oakville. And that defense, you can't blame them if they're starting to get fatigued. Spent a lot of time on the field in this heat in the first half, doing a pretty good job limiting the Titans to just one score.
Fresh set of downs and very good field position here for Oakville. 1st and 10. Quarterback dropping back to pass, but right there, and now the quarterback gets it out of the hands, but a flag comes out as Rosas Zamora was getting primed for a big sack. On his way down, he threw it away. And is this going to be IG?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Intentional
grounding there. Good job by Reed Larson getting into the backfield. Good sure tackle. That's what the Cougars defense needs. They need some big plays like that, like you just saw from Larson. And keep this Oakville squad from adding to that lead.
So 2nd down for the Titans. Rosas Zamora hands it off to the running back, who turns off to his left a little bit, trying to find a seam. And again, he's very hard to bring down, but eventually he is. His Keys has really nowhere to go. And again, he will drop a couple of yards on that run. So again, the Cougars defense doing a good job right when they needed to.
Yeah, that's a good job on the edge there, forcing the running back inside to the help. And good job by the D rallying to the ball carrier, making that tackle.
Ball at the Cougar 34-yard line. 3rd down and about 18.
So 3rd down and a long way here, but the Cougars defense not out of the woods. We've seen some pretty massive plays for Oakville in this football game, so no time to rest here. With under 2 to go in the 3rd quarter. 7-0 Oakville it remains. Right off of the snap, a flag comes out, and the Cougars defense wrapping up the running back Keys before he gets to the line of scrimmage, but we'll see what this flag is all about here.
Came very early. I wonder if it's offside against the defense. Well, it was against the Titans, but the Cougars are going to decline it. A procedure call. So it brings up a 4th down.
So again, very similar opening possessions of this second half for these offenses. They've been not going in the right direction.
No. You can hear the beeping from both of them going in reverse.
That's right. 47 seconds remaining in quarter number 3. Another flag comes right out off the snap. And again, nowhere to go for the running back. Shane Keys wrapped up by the Cougars defense. And we'll see who moved on that last play. But it looks like both teams are changing up to their special teams units. Or for their
offense and defense.
That's right. Sorry, on the changeover
on the
downs.
4th down. That's right. So I believe, I think you're right there, Mike. Looks like it was going to be against Oakville, and of course the Cougars would decline it. and they'll get possession here. Well, that's a big stand by the Cougars D. When it looked like the Titans had all the momentum after the Cougars offense had gone backwards for 4 straight plays. Oakville did a bit of the same there, as we just mentioned, going in reverse. And then great job by the D. Get the ball back to your offense. No harm, no foul.
And this is good to see the Cougars defense doing a great job all afternoon, keeping this a 7-0 score after that first quarter major by Oakville. Back on offense go the Cougars. They keep it on the ground, but nowhere to go, right up the middle and collapsing on the running back easily. 3 or 4 defenders from Oakville. And a loss of about 3 on that play. And that will be the end of the third quarter officially. So 1 quarter left to go here at the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex. Points have not been easy to come by, and that just goes to show you how well the defense has been playing for both sides.
And you know what? That Titans defense has really gotten some good penetration. Cougars going to have to mix things up here to find a way to get some yards and put the equalizer on the board.
After 3 quarters, as we switch sides, it remains 7 for the Oakville Titans, and no score as of yet for the Chatham-Kent Cougars in this Peewee Division matchup on your TV. Getting ready to go for the fourth quarter here. Cougars down 7-0, as they have been since the first quarter, to the Oakville Titans. Offense trying to get in gear against a stingy defense from the Titans all game long as they look to go to the air on second down, and it is a completion and more at midfield. Turning on the Jets, going down the field. Caleb Roberts, touchdown Cougars! Oh, what a catch and run from Roberts. And the Cougars break the shutout. They're off the schneid and they're on the board.
Almost a 70-yard touchdown passing catch. Roberts, we almost saw him come up with a big catch like that in the first half, but here in the second half, a big snag, sheds the defender, and then runs away from the rest of the defense. Roberts with the major, and the Cougars erase the donut.
And isn't that a huge turn of this football game, because they have been stymied and frustrated on offense all game long. And in the first couple of plays here in the fourth quarter, they finally break through, so that much more confidence on that side of the ball now for Chatham-Kent.
Oh, that was huge. The Titans' defense have been playing so well. Big play there for the Cougars on offense.
Can they tie it up here? The extra point. Snap is good, and it is up, and it is through. A big extra point after an equally big touchdown hauled in by Caleb Roberts from Emmett, and a 7-7 tie, and some re-energized people on the stand, in the stands and on the field here in Chatham-Kent.
No doubt, and as you mentioned, that extra point was big. You could sense it, that especially at the Peewee level, special teams very, very important, and great execution there. Very good snap and flawless kick. Very, very nice.
And when you're at this level at Peewee, you're certainly not guaranteed one extra point, let alone one for both sides in this football game.
No, not at all. You're right, Mike. It's really a specific skill, and you're really at this level, you're just kind of starting to get the hang of it, and that's a great job of execution there when you really need it, and you got yourself a tie game now here in the fourth quarter. Going to make for an exciting finish.
Absolutely. Emmett to Roberts at a huge gain, the touchdown, tying up this one at 7 apiece. Minute and a half into quarter number 4.
Oh,
now,
it's a
bouncing football, live ball. Looks like Oakville still was able to pounce on it at their own 54. That was close, however, after that little swim kick by the Cougars. Good decision to do that, but able to fall on that one. It looked like that was number 79, and Chris Haslip for the Oakville Titans. So they dodge a bit of a bullet there, and they'll have the football right at midfield.
Yeah, the Cougars were close to recovering that football. There's no doubt about that. Oh, it's a good attempt there by the Cougars. Would have been a nice lift after that score to make this a tie game.
And really, this opening possession on defense for the Cougars has been quite routine in this football game, and they've rose to the occasion a number of times. So hopefully they can do that one more time and shut the door on Oakville as they keep it on the ground on 1st and 10, 50-yard line and more. Here's a big run for the Titans at the 35, close to the 30 before being hauled out of bounds with Shane Keys. And no such luck for the Cougars D that time around. A great run by Keys, and that will bring the football well into Cougar territory now around the 30-yard line.
Well, that was a big tackle by Cohen Gillette, who's down on a knee right now, having a tough time getting up. Touchdown saving tackle there from number 10. It looks like he's grasping at his right leg, having a tough time. When he made that tackle, the running back rolled over on top of him, their momentum carrying them to the sideline, and looks like he's in some discomfort there.
And good to see Cohen Gillette get back up. A little bit of assistance, but a lower body slight injury for Gillette. Hopefully he's able to shake that off quickly.
Yeah, favoring that right leg. So you mentioned there on the tackle, when they went to the ground, the running back kind of landed on top of him before they rolled out of bounds. So Gillette just walking gingerly off to the side of the field. You certainly hope it's nothing serious.
First and 10, Cougar 32-yard line for Oakville as they go back to work on offense. Once again on the ground, weaving his way for another healthy gain. And methodically down the field once again with the rush for the Oakville Titans as they look to break this tie at 7-7.
Yeah, Caleb Roberts with the tackle. But that was enough for a first down on that first down carry. Over 10 yards. And now the Titans starting to march.
Still plenty of time, 8.5 and counting left in this fourth quarter. Cougars getting a big touchdown to start off this fourth quarter to finally get on the board and tie up this football game. But looking to answer in kind is Oakville, and doing a good job on the ground this time right up the middle. And once again, Keys with the assignment. And looks like that was a gain of about 6 on 1st and 10. So 2nd and 4 coming up now, under 8 to go.
Looked like it might have been Carter Dodman with the pursuit from behind to make that tackle.
Second and 4, they hand it off once again. Good job by the Cougars defense this time around. Nowhere to go for Shane Keys. And the Cougar D-line able to come up large there. That is a big play on 2nd and 4 to drop the running back, and the Titans 2 yards it looks like on that play.
Yeah, good job there again from Carson Burney off the edge.
See if they can do that at least one more time here.
Where you need your defense to stiffen up this tie football game in the fourth quarter.
Quarterback shovels it off to that far side. Keys once again. He runs into a bit of turbulence. It bounces off to that right, trying to head to the sideline for a bit of running room, and finally wrapped up and brought out of bounds. See what kind of gain they get there. It is enough to move the chain, so it's a first down after another impressive run by Shane Keys, who has really put his team on his back.
And that is a nice bit of running there from Keys. Did a nice job. He pressed the hole. Defense collapsed a bit, and then he bounced it outside and got that first down yardage. He's a tough runner to bring down.
He has been all game long. It's inside the 10, so 1st and goal now for the Oakville Titans in a 7-7 tie. And with this running clock now, we've been under this running clock all game long with this heat and humidity, trying to move this thing along a little bit quicker, but now this is where it kind of is against the Cougars after that tying touchdown. The end of the fourth comes a little bit quicker now, so see what the Cougars defense can do. First and goal from the 9 for Oakville. And again, they hand it off to the running back. And bouncing off the D a little bit. Now trying to come around to the near side. Heading towards the end zone. It is a touchdown for Oakville, and a flag comes flying out a little late.
Number 23 angled his way into the end zone.
A touchdown for Shane Keys, his second of the afternoon. We'll see what the flag is all about here, however.
Like you said, it was late, right towards the end of the play there. I'm not quite sure whether it was after the score, but we got to wait for the call. Well, looks like it's against the Cougars. Looks like the call. Here we go. It was a personal foul against the Cougars' unnecessary roughness.
So Shane Keys on his second touchdown run of the afternoon. And a 13-7 lead now, pending the extra point for the Titans. Trying to go up by 7. And as we've talked about earlier, these extra point kicks are very important. Clock continues to go here. 4:15 remaining in this fourth quarter. Everyone's set. Kind of a low snap. Kick is up, and it is good. So another extra point, which is good, and that is big for the Oakville Titans. They regain a 7-point lead. It's now 14-7.
Yeah, very nicely executed there from Oakville. Snap is a little bit low. Good job by the holder. Get it in place, and then kicked up and through, no problem. Well, the Cougars made it a tie game, but for not very long. Almost seemed like it kind of woke up the Titans' offense, and they come right back and score and take the lead once again.
I would explain it maybe as like your 4-4 D line, but it's your 3-5 linebacker set. They just play like a cover 3.
Getting an out-of-town scoreboard from the Bantam division. And it looks like the Bantam Cougars were in roughshod over York region today, 62-6. So
Wow.
A close game here with the Peewees, but great news on the road for the Bantam boys of the Chatham-Kent Cougars as they look to climb the standings slowly throughout the middle portion of their standing. So 62-6 is what we're hearing in York region. So good job with those fellas.
I didn't get a look at the spread before the game, but certainly not the score I was expecting.
I don't think there was a 56-point advantage on the betting line.
No.
We're probably wise to take the over.
Yeah. No, I think you're right.
Please no wagering. This is just for entertainment purposes only.
Yes, that's correct.
Asterisk. Close game here. 4:06 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Oakville Titans regaining the lead at 14-7 as they come back from the sideline. And now we'll see what the Cougars have on offense here.
Going to be aware of any kind of an onside kick attempt here from the Titans. They did it once at the outset of the second half.
They're talking this one over quite a bit, though, huddling at their own 50, and then out of the huddle they come, bouncing football, and the Cougars will control that football at the 36-yard line, it appears. So a pretty good squib kick there by the Titans. Cougars hang on to it, and they will have 3:55 and counting to try and answer that touchdown and at least get back on even terms here. But with this running clock, it's a little bit tougher than you might think.
You're going to need another big play or two. Try and even this one up. I wouldn't be surprised we see the Cougars go to the air again because that Titans defense has just been so tough on the ground game.
Pretty healthy breeze now at the athletic complex in Chatham-Kent. 3:20 to go in the fourth quarter. 14-7 for Oakville. Cougars look to go to the air on 1st and 10. They do. Jump ball, and it is hauled in close to midfield by the Cougars. A nice reception.
No, they're going to say that ball hit the ground.
Really?
Calling it incomplete.
The process? Oh, boy, it looked like that was a great catch for the Cougars, but 2nd and 10 now. They'll have to do that again from their own 36-yard line.
Yeah, Roberts looked like he'd gone up over 2 defenders and snatched that ball away.
3-minute warning here in this fourth quarter.
They may have gotten him with the old Calvin Johnson, Des Bryant process rules you mentioned there.
The process of the catch. Nobody seems to understand what it is even to this day. Quarterback keeps it. Little bit of room to move along the near side. 1st down and more for the Cougars. Midfield, 45-yard line, the 40, and inside the 40. Big run by the QB. He keeps it for the Cougars. And they are still very much in this game. Emmett with a huge run.
Over 30 yards there. Nice play call. Emmett just keeps it, and some nice blocking out front, and number 8's got some wheels to get down the sideline.
That's exactly what the Cougars need, exactly when they needed it. With 2:40 to go in this fourth quarter, much more favorable field position here at the Titans' 40-yard line. Emmett out of the gun. This time he'll hand it off to a running back, but nowhere to go. That time Shepard was swallowed right up at the line of scrimmage. And 2nd down now coming up for Chatham-Kent.
That Titans defense has just been so stingy on the ground game. The Cougars have done a nice job getting creative here in this second half. And they're going to have to continue that, it looks like, because this Oakville defense has been relentless.
Emmett again elects to hand it off to the running back at that last moment. Still on his feet. And close to a 1st down was Shepard. That's going to be mighty close to see if he moved the chains or not. Forced out of bounds around the 30-yard line of the Oakville Titans. And that was a last-minute decision, last-second decision to pitch it off to the running back, and it worked out.
Yeah, it certainly did. Shepard showing his speed on the outside, and as you mentioned, very close. Looked like they're maybe about 6 inches short of that 1st down. The unfortunate part is the Cougars haven't had a lot of success running up the middle just for that short yardage gain.
Out of the gun once again, quarterback rolling off to his left. He will get it away and is at a wide open receiver. And that falls to the turf as Pico was right there. Nobody around him, but just over his head.
Oh, that's a shame, too. Nice looking throw there from Emmett, but just out of the reach of Pico.
Well, this could very well be your football game here with 4th and inches to go for the Cougars, down by 7. Still plenty of time on the clock, even with a running clock. 2:10 to go in this 4th. But here we go. For both sides, equally important. Cougars down by 7. Once again, quarterback will elect to keep it. Can he turn that corner? The pressure of the defense, too much to handle for the Cougars. And a big loss for Emmett. And the Oakville Titans will take the football back on downs. And with 3rd and inches, Cougars had 2 shots at it, just could not get those precious half a foot to move the chains. And now the Titans take over with 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, good pursuit, good speed on that far side of that Titans defense. And that's a shame. Just about 6 inches the difference. And now the Titans get that ball back. 2:02 to play here in this football game. And Oakville up 14-7. Need something big here from that Cougars D.
It's a bunch of balls. Bunch of balls. Yeah.
Probably the same sentiment, though. And they elect to pitch it backwards here. And recovering it is Oakville. And even getting some yards back, but a flag comes flying out along that far side. That was rather adventurous there. That could have turned this football game back around on its ear, but it just didn't work out. We'll see what this flag's all about, but that backwards pitch comes loose. And if you're the Titans, you're very, very fortunate.
It's a bit of a curious call there as well, for as effectively as the Titans have run the football, to throw a backwards pass like that. You don't complete that pass like you saw there. It's a live football. It's a major foul tripping call against the Titans. And now they're talking this over with the Cougars coaching staff. So they'll march this one back. And it'll be a loss of down.
So the Oakville Titans not really wanting to walk away with the victory as easily as you might think. 14-7, they have the football, under 2 to go, and they march the football from their perspective back 15 yards, so they're deep in their own territory here. And they've been kind of playing with fire in this last couple of minutes here. This time they'll keep it on the ground, and they will move forward with the football. Still on his feet. The running back, some big yardage on the ground, finally forced out of bounds, but not after a huge gain by Shane Keys. And that's right what the Titans needed after playing with a little bit of danger the last couple of plays.
Tayshaun Haddon forcing Keys out of bounds, but not before Keys picks up some good yardage there. It really, really helps when you've got a back that's as effective as Keys and you got some good blocking up front that you can pick up chunks of yards like that seamlessly, effortlessly.
Ball on the 35-yard line of Oakville. Titans with the football. Up by 7. Once again, they leave it on the ground, up the middle, hand it off, and the front line of the Cougars doing their job. Nowhere to go up the middle. 3rd down.
Well, good to see the Cougars middle of that defense stiffen up there. They've been susceptible to giving up some yards throughout this football game, right up the middle, getting gashed. But that time, really, really, when it matters here in the 4th quarter, late in the game on the line, they toughen up there. That's a good sign.
14-7 for Oakville. 3rd down and 9 coming up.
It looks like the Cougars have called timeout here. Get some water and give the players a breather before this big set of couple downs coming up.
Our system's about 10 years old. So this replaced 10 coils, not just our brand. Like, where the hell they get them from?
Probably.
Off the timeout, 3rd down, and right when they snap the football, maybe even before, flag comes out.
I think this is going to be going against Oakville here.
Early movement. And yes, a procedure call against the Titans. So again, they have had some penalty trouble here late in this 4th quarter. They pitch it off to the running back along the near side, and one defender can't wrap up the running back. Neither can the second. Flag comes flying out. Still in bounds at the 40-yard line before being set out is Shane Keys, who has been very difficult to wrap up in this entire football game.
Oh, extremely difficult. Very good tackle there. Caleb Roberts finally forcing him out of bounds. And
well, after about 17 timeouts, we might be ready to get going here with football once again. 1:21 to go in the fourth quarter. And booting it away on fourth down are the Titans, and picking it up and getting a bit of a run back here, midfield and farther for the Cougars, 50-yard line. A couple of flags, 3 flags on the field.
looks like it's going to be a no yards, although not sure if that coverage, player in on coverage was onside or not. Kalen Roberts, a nice job, and looks to be a little banged up. I think they're going to have the trainer come out and take a look at Roberts. He took a bit of a shot at the end of that. Oh, looks like Roberts is okay. This is certainly going to be your ball game here with the Cougars on offense with just over a minute to go.
Again, credit the Cougars D for getting this football back and for getting the football to where it is. Minute 9 to go, 50-yard line of the Titans. Cougars not down and out yet. Thought the last turnover on downs might have been the death knell, but Chatham-Kent still in this one, down by 7. See if there's more of an air attack here with so little time left to go. A little lateral pass, and it went through a couple of sets of hands and falls incomplete. I guess that was intended for Shepard. And also, I think, off the fingertips of one of the defenders from Oakville.
Yeah, it looked like number 50, Anthony Opadesano, jumped that. He read it perfectly, and the ball went right through his hands. He would have had a pick, maybe a pick 6 with his momentum going the other way. But wearing a number 50, I can relate to maybe not having the best hands.
It's not really what you're picked for the team for.
No.
Not your number 1 attribute. Minute 6 to go. 2nd and 10 for the Cougars, again to the air, and this one is picked off. Nobody but an Oakville Titan in the area, and that one is an interception. William Star Wars, pardon me, with the interception. And as he was forced out of bounds, he is a little bit roughed up along the near side, and it is taking a while for him to get back up as the training staff's coming over to check him out.
He got landed on by 2 defenders. The ball underneath him, wonder if maybe he just got the wind knocked out of him. Mind you, he's reaching for his shin now. But again, had 2 defenders land on top of him. But the biggest play of this football game for that Titans defense, coming up with the interception. It's under a minute to play here and sealing this victory for Oakville.
So the Peewee Cougars in danger of falling to 1-3 on this young season now, with 2 games left, and they will have both those games on the road.
Star Wars comes up with the interception, and the Cougars fall to the evil empire.
Well done. It took almost the entire game to come up with a Star Wars joke. I'm glad you did it. I'm quite glad you did it. "57 seconds remaining on the clock after that interception, taking over the football now, the Oakville Titans. Clock runs down. Handshakes aplenty on the fields of the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex. Good football game. The Peewee Cougars just come up short. 14-7 the final for the Oakville Titans. Good football game and good defense for both sides today.
Yeah, it was a well-fought battle. Very, very entertaining game right down to the end. Big play on defense for the Titans. The difference there, Cougars had a chance, but come up just short. But a great battle and a good entertaining game of football here this afternoon.
Now we root for the Peewee Cougars to finish 500. They've got a couple of games on the road before the Peewee Day of Champs, so hopefully the Cougars can get back up to 500 at 3-3. 1-3 is where they are right now, but a good day for the Bantams earlier on today in the York region. And, of course, the JVs having a great start to their 2018 campaign as well. But a tough loss for the Peewee squad, 14-7 the final. Oakville Titans over the Chatham-Kent Cougars. On behalf of Mike James, Jeff Brooks, and everybody else bringing this game to you with your TV, my name is Mike Renier. Have yourself a great rest of your day.